When are we going to learn?
It is officially time for a new vision.
Did you?
Okay, cool.
Hold on a second, babe.
A value which cannot be taken away by anyone or anything.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ashonda at Large, where we discuss faith, family, and the future of our community. Thank you for joining me once again. And I'm going to get into a really interesting story, but it's not one that we haven't heard before. But I'm going to get into that. But before I do, I want to invite you all to like, as well as to subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can get my latest videos as they come out. Also, I want to share with you guys this information pertaining to my channel. I was recently, about a month ago, I was kind of locked out of my Gmail account for Ashonda at Large, and though I've tried to recover it, I've been unsuccessful in doing so. So I have started a new Gmail account, and it's going to be called ashondaatlarge11@gmail.com. So if you have a story or something that you want to send me, you can send it to that Gmail account. If you have already sent me some information and try to contact me that way over the last couple of weeks and you have not gotten a response from me, then I'm going to ask you to do me a favor and forward that information to my new Gmail account, ashondaatlarge11@gmail.com, so that I can go ahead and get my hands on that information, because right now I haven't seen anything from that account. So please definitely do so. But we're going to go ahead and get into today's discussion. Y'all might remember that about a week and a half ago that I tried to put up a video here on YouTube about the pandemic and its double-edged sword, and it was taken down immediately, which prompted me to have to start another social platform. If you haven't gotten a chance to take a look at that video, then I'm going to leave it in the description link below that will take you to my new platform so that you can see that video. But in that video that is currently on the second platform, I shared a clip from these two ladies that many people who follow politics know as Diamond and Silk. And Diamond and Silk, they are very prominent in the Republican Party as, what would be Donald Trump's quote unquote African Americans. They made some controversial statements concerning this pandemic about Dr. Fauci. And I want you to check that video out. But we're going to go ahead and to get into what has happened to them. They have received backlash because of the fact that they are now getting off of the script that has been in place by the media. They worked for Fox News, and now Fox News has decided to drop them. So I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of this article. I want to thank Willie D for dropping the story first from what I saw, and I'm going to go ahead and get into what has happened with this. It says Fox News drops Diamond and Silk after pro-Trump sisters spread false coronavirus conspiracies. And it says the Trump supporting pair made weekly videos for Fox Nation, but the last available episode dates back to March 31st. Fox News this month appears to have parted ways with Diamond and Silk, the Trump supporting sisters who became YouTube sensations after the duo spread false conspiracy theories about the coronavirus on social media. The sisters, who had a weekly show in the Fox Nation streaming service, won't be seen on Fox Nation or Fox News anytime soon due to what they said and tweeted, an unnamed individual with knowledge of the matter told the Daily Beast, which first reported the news. On Monday, the most recent episode available on the Fox Nation website was uploaded back on March 31st, and the duo up until this point has not missed uploading one of their weekly episodes since December 2018. They also haven't appeared as guest commentators on any Fox News show since March 7th, when they were interviewed by Trish Regan, who herself was let go after claiming on air that the coronavirus was another attempt to impeach the president. Reps for Fox News and Diamond and Silk did not immediately respond to the Rap's request for comments. In 2018, Lynette Hardaway Diamond and Rochelle Richardson Silk landed a weekly series on Fox Nation to offer 5-minute commentary on the day's events. The sisters had first risen in popularity on social media due to their pro-Trump, right-wing commentary online during the 2016 presidential election. During the pandemic, Diamond and Silk have promoted false conspiracies and dangerous misinformation about COVID-19, such as by falsely suggesting that the rising number of reported deaths is a conspiracy by the media to make Trump look bad, or that the virus was man-made and that there was deep state action going on behind the scenes. Their false statements reached a tipping point on April 8th when Twitter temporarily locked the duo's account after they had incorrectly told their 1.4 million followers that quarantining people inside of their houses for extended periods will make people sick. So, we're going to get into this a little bit because I find this like so interesting how, first off, I'm going to deal with this whole issue here of them spreading these false conspiracy theories. Okay. This idea that they're talking about when they say that that the virus keeping people quarantined into their house is actually dangerous is not a conspiracy theory at all. This actually was something that was said by two doctors, two ER doctors. They were interviewed. It must have been about a week or two ago. I watched the interview. I'm actually going to put it in the description link below so that you could see it for yourself. I watched it fully. And these doctors, they actually talked about Dr. Fauci and the fact that he is not dealing with the public. He is dealing with figures and data based upon projections of what they believe that the coronavirus could potentially do. But these ER doctors were saying that his data was not contingent upon actual case study. And since they've had time to study this thing out, they talked about immunology and they talked about how our immune systems need to actually fight against infection by having the ability to access germs. And if we don't have the ability, in the same way that a baby crawls on the ground, picks up dirt, puts it into their mouth, and that's how they learn, their immune system learns how to combat and fight off infection. In the same way, if we are in a bubble of disinfected homes and not really engaging with one another, these doctors said that this could actually hurt your immune system worse. So that when you do have a community that begins to come back together, the immune system has been weakened, thus causing a second wave. This is their position on this pandemic and the response to it. So what Diamond and Silk said regarding that is not conspiratorial. This did not come off some QAnon type propagandized conspiratorial website or YouTube channel. This is two doctors who have many credentials behind their name and they study this. So that's the first thing. I find it quite interesting at the same time that our president, or the president for that matter, the being the article I will choose to use, he can get on the media, he can get in front of the camera, and he can suggest that injecting oneself with disinfectants such as Clorox is potentially something that we should look at as an acceptable means of being able to cure this virus. And he is not rebuked and losing his position in the White House as the President of the United States. He's not being rebuked and being impeached or whatever you want to say, getting him out of the White House for making those preposterous claims that people who follow him like he is God himself could potentially go out and do. And this is something that actually people have called Clorox. They've called the company, say, hey, the president said this. Is this true? Can I do this? So the danger of what he said does not spark for people to say, we need to get him out of the White House because he is just spreading false information and misinformation. No, he can go back and say, oh, I was being sarcastic. There was no way he was being sarcastic with what he said. So this sets up the basis for my talking points at this moment. Now, come on, y'all. We know daggone well that that was not the reason why Fox News cut Diamond and Silk off. If you watch my video from before, you're going to see Diamond and Silk saying that they want to use our people as the guinea pigs for their virus. And this is what for their vaccination. And this is what they said that Dr. Fauci was saying in the press conference. And it's because they took a side with their own community and said, we will not become your guinea pigs, is the reason why Fox News took the stance that they took. So we have to be aware, we have to understand the mind games that are presented to us is that, oh, well, they're spreading misinformation. No, it's that they are standing up for their own community, and that is breaking code for them. They're not playing the good old boy like they've been playing the good old boys or the good old girls any longer, and speaking to the racial discrimination concerning this coronavirus. You know, the same one we couldn't call it a Wuhan virus because that was discriminatory and racist, but you can target the Hebrew community and that's not racism. You could target them with the vaccination. You could target Africa with the vaccinations and that's not racism, but they spoke to it. And because they spoke to it, all of a sudden now they have the axe. Y'all know these are the mind games that these people play. The reason why Fox News latched on initially to Diamond and Silk was because of their pro-Republican, pro-Trump stance. This is what happens when it comes to our people. Now, I have said countless times on this channel, I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I don't believe in either of the parties. I believe that they're just two plantations, two wings of the same bird. And I believe it's important for us to turn back to our true king, which is Yahushua HaMashiach as a people. And if we do, and we elect him on the throne of our hearts, that we will begin to see change for real in our community. Stop all the religious games. If we truly erect him as his rightful position as king of our lives, then we will see real change in our community. But anytime our people cape for the powers that be, anytime that our people cape for them, then they have a platform. Then they say, okay, let me put you on. The same thing has happened to Larry Elder. And every time Larry Elder sees a situation of police brutality, he will never, ever, ever speak to the powers that be as the fault, as the problem. He will make excuses for them and come back and blame our community. And that's essentially what they want us as a people to do. They want us caping for them and they want us being a traitor to our own community. And then we can call each other coons and we can call each other Sambos and Uncle Toms, and then we cut off our ears from hearing the truth that we need to hear. But back to Diamond and Silk. What you see now is that Diamond and Silk are saying, listen, I'm not going to go with the talking points of what your propaganda is pushing because you want me to say what you want me to say. And I'm seeing this from a different vantage point. At this point, I think each of us is still wrestling with trying to figure this whole mishmash of this virus out. We're really all still trying to nail this thing down. But because they offered an alternative viewpoint and saying, hey, listen, this is what we believe. I think their error is that they made it political and made it seem like this is the Democrats versus the Republicans. And in reality, they need to see what it is for what it is. And this is Satan against the people of the Most High Yah. And this is why us as a people in our community are the face of this coronavirus all of a sudden. Now we are the face. And this is something that I said a couple of videos back, that I believe that the target group of this virus is going to be our people. So now you see that the people that they're caping for, just like with Stacey Dash, just like with Omarosa, our people that cape for these people, they get axed. They get cut the minute they get off of script. So my recommendation to Diamond and Silk, because so many times we've thrown our people on the bus, we feel like, you know what, you're a traitor to our community, I'm just going to cut you off. I'm going to have a little bit more grace and say that Diamond and Silk, I hope that your eyes are opened up. I hope that you realize that you can't be caping for other demographics who really are just in the business of using you. That's at the end of the day, you are nothing more than a puppet in their game. And the minute you decide that you want to cut the strings from your puppet masters, then they're going to show you that they really never had love for you in the first place. Then they're going to show you that you have always been disowned from the beginning. And all of us, those of us who are B1 first, if you will, those of us who understand that we need to be able to build up our community, that we don't need to have blinders on our eyes, that we don't need to be assimilated any longer, but we need to be able to support our community in the same way any other racial ethnic group is going to support their community. We need to be able to stand for our community. Those of us who see that, we are advocating that your eyes be open to this reality of what we are all facing. You can cape for them if you want to, but you're going to get the axe. So I think it's time to focus your energy and cape for your own community. Cape for your own people. Cape for the people who have been looked at as the undesirable ones, the untouchables of society. Cape for them and start standing up for them, and don't worry about whether or not Fox News will have you on. You can continue on another platform, but you need to apologize to your community at the same time, because they have built you up at this big head into thinking that you're somehow not like them. You know, you're not like the Ignans, if you will. No. At the end of the day, LeBron James can be the first to tell you it don't matter how much money you make, they'll still spray paint on your house the Nigger word. They'll spray paint your house because at the end of the day, that's what they think that we all are. So I understand we're not a monolith. We all have different thoughts and opinions. Some people are Democrats, some people are Republicans, some people are independent, and some people realize at the end of the day, it's all a game. So we need to learn how to unite as a people under one banner, and that is the banner of Yahushua Mashiach, and leave the politics of this tricked world to these puppet masters and let Yahushua deal with them, because at the end of the day, they don't have no real love for us anyway. They never have had love for us. Now, if we can learn how to work together, and we can learn how to cape for one another and stand up, and we can rebuke each other within our circles so that we can build each other up. But when it comes to them, we're not rebuking each other in front of them. Why? Because what goes on in the house stays in the house, and we support the house. We deal with the house issues in the house, and then we stand up. In the outside, we deal with the outsiders differently than we deal with the insiders. So I'm saying that when it comes to this situation with Diamond and Silk, I hope that they've learned a valuable lesson. I hope that they understand that they need to get into a space, in a place in their life where they recognize what time it is, and it don't matter if you think that those people care about you. They've shown you their true colors, that they never cared about you. So at the end of the day, pull yourself together. Go back to your community, apologize for caping for other people groups, and start being concerned about what happens to your community all the way. Don't do it some of the way, do it all the way. So in any case, those are my thoughts about the Diamond and Silk situation. I definitely want to hear yours. Please drop a comment below in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. I hope that you're staying safe in the midst of everything that's going on. Y'all, please don't be out there getting your nails done and your hair done and all that other foolishness that's going on, because whether this stuff is man-made or whether it is a legitimate virus, you can have your opinions about it, but regardless of it, there is an attack on us. There's an attack on our people. So be wise, according to Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20 and 21, and stay indoors until Yah finishes judging the earth the way he needs to judge the earth. Do what you need to do indoors, take care of your family and all that good stuff. So those are my thoughts and opinions. And I invite you to like as well as to share this. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please definitely do so. Thank you so much for tuning into Ashonda at Large, where we discuss faith, family, and the future of our community. As always, love yourself without hating your enemies. And until next time, Yah bless and Salamah.